בחייה לציין ומספד בירושלים.
We are standing here now in front of the Park Hotel in Netanya. That name might be familiar to some of you, as you recall the terrible terror attack that took place here on Seder night in the year 2002. When we think of the Kinot, we know that the Kinot refer us back to tragedies that have happened throughout our history as Am Yisrael. Some referring to history as far back as Yetziat Mitzrayim, some more recent history, such as the Spanish Inquisition or the Holocaust. When we look at the Kinah, number Lamed Aleph 31, it goes through B'tzeiti Mitzrayim, the Geula of leaving Mitzrayim, contrasting B'tzeiti Yerushalayim, when we as the Jewish people were sent into Galut out of Yerushalayim, out of our holy city. And we see the contrast of what it was like to leave Mitzrayim in all its glory when Hashem took us out as a nation. And then the sudden contrast in this Kinah of B'tzeiti Yerushalayim, the fear, the anguish, the destruction of leaving our holy city of Yerushalayim. When we're standing here in the city of Netanya, flourishing city, that same contrast exists here today. I want to share with you a very personal story that to me epitomizes this contrast of Geula versus Galut and where we stand here today. I was lucky enough to spend Pesach with my great-grandmother in a beautiful hotel in Tveria, the same year that the terrible attack took place here in the Park Hotel in 2002. I'll never forget sitting in our hotel during the Seder and hearing the news of what transpired in Netanya, and the entire hotel feeling a sense of tension. Every door was put on lockdown. Any man in the hotel who was eligible was called up to Miluim, and the entire hotel felt a sense of tension and fear. And the next morning, I was sitting in the lobby with my mother on one side and my great-grandmother sitting on the couch opposite me. And I remember looking at my great-grandmother, Savta Dabi, and we were talking, and all of a sudden I see her looking around, and tears started welling up in her eyes. And my mother turned to her and said, "Savta, don't worry, we're safe here. We're safe in the hotel, it's fine. What happened in Netanya, now the soldiers are taking care of us." And Savta Dabi looked at us and she said, "You think I'm scared today? You think I'm crying because I'm scared? When I was sitting in my home in Romania and Nazi soldiers came and took my family to the ghetto, that's when I was scared. But today, sitting here, surrounded by Israeli soldiers in the uniform of Medinat Yisrael, I'm not scared. I'm proud. I never believed this day would come. Knowing that I'm sitting here protected by Jewish soldiers in Medinat Yisrael, these are not tears of fear. These are tears of pride, tears of relief that we've made it to today." The contrast that we see in this Kinah between the Geula of being taken out of Mitzrayim and being turned into a nation versus the Galut that we felt being taken out of Yerushalayim, B'tzeiti Yerushalayim, and all the subsequent exiles that we face as a nation. This is a contrast that Savta Dabi was able to see so clearly, that despite the trials and tribulations and struggles and pain that we are going through as a nation, we still always need to remember the way the Kinah ends, Bishuvi Yerushalayim, that ultimately we will be returned. And we are already in the stages of the Geulah. And Be'ezrat Hashem, may we already see this Tisha B'Av as the ultimate Geulah, as we all join together in bringing the third Beit HaMikdash. B'mhera v'yameinu. Amen.
Adono b'chiyo b'tzion u'mispeh